All right, so I wanted to welcome everyone to our 2016 Barracuda Bowl Challenge. Today's event is a culmination of 6-week projects undertaken by each one of our summer youth. And the purpose of these projects is really to give each participant the requisite experience necessary for them to be successful in their careers long term. Recent numbers shared by large companies like Microsoft, LinkedIn, Google, Yahoo, and others actually bring to light the issue that we're facing in our country. And that issue is that there is a dearth of women and minorities in technology-related fields. So I am going to read some statistics to you because I couldn't memorize all of these things. Otherwise, I would be out in the middle of the floor talking. So although women today represent more than half of the U.S. professional workforce, they only play a small role in IT. According to the National Science Foundation, women constitute 28% of the science and engineering workforce. In addition, according to a report by the Information Technology Association of America, or ITAA, the percentage of women in the IT workforce declined from decade to decade. Similar to the scarcity of women in IT and cybersecurity, minorities are also represented in the field of IT and continue to have needs. And the fields of IT and cybersecurity continue to have needs for women and minorities. A recent study showed that minorities make up only 29% of the science and engineering workforce. The ITAA report also found that Hispanics make up 12.9% of the U.S. workforce, but we're only 6.4% of the IT workforce. African Americans, constituting 10.7% of the U.S. workforce, only constituted 8.3% of the IT workforce. So Tech Prince George's seeks to address these needs by identifying the best and brightest and giving them the opportunity to apply what they're learning over the summer to solve real-world challenges and have access to people like our judging panel today. As in past years, we're focused on TNI this year. TNI is the Transforming Neighborhoods Initiative. And what that is it's seeking to address deficiencies in the areas of public safety, health, economic development across the county, and to move certain indicators in the right direction. So let me read a few things to you that Prince George's County has successfully done in the past that I'm hoping that our next generation of STEAM leaders does as well. So there are 10 facts that I'd like to read off to you. First, Prince George's County is the site of Samuel Morse's first experimental telegraph message and the country's first telegraph line. America's first unmanned hot air balloon ascension took place in Bladensburg in the year of 1784. Prince George's County became the first jurisdiction in Maryland to implement the 911 emergency reporting system in the year of 1973. Prince George's County was also home to the first Army Aviation School. The Goddard Space Flight Center, located in Greenbelt, Maryland, was established as NASA's first space flight center. The nation's first recognized controlled helicopter flight occurred in Prince George's County at the College Park Airfield. Prince George's County is also home to the world's first independent cellular phone system, which was Cellular One, which I'm sure many of you remember. Prince George's County is also home to CyberWatch, which is headquartered at Prince George's County Community College. And the first step towards the recognition of Prince George's County in the state of Maryland as leaders in the fields of cybersecurity and information assurance. In addition, Sergey Brin, the founder of Google, grew up in Adelphi and attended Eleanor Roosevelt in Greenbelt. Roger Easton Sr., a naval scientist, was the chief inventor of GPS and winner of the 2004 National Medal of Technology. He also lived on Oxon Hill Road in Oxon Hill, Maryland. As you can see, we have a long and illustrious history here in Prince George's County. So we have had plenty of accomplishments over the years, but there are plenty more to come. So what I'm looking for today is an opportunity to identify the new leaders, the new inventors, the new people that are going to drive Prince George's County forward. So if you will, just sit back and enjoy the fruits of their labor. Thank you. So what I'm going to do is just give you a brief overview of what the young people are going to be demonstrating today. So today, as I mentioned before, really is a culmination of 6-week projects that they worked on. They were using 3 different technologies, a Raspberry Pi, 3D printer, and they're also applying what they've learned from our developers to put together a mobile application. And as I mentioned previously, the whole goal is to make sure that they're gaining hands-on expertise in the fields of technology. So I can say that over the course of this 6 weeks, a few people that were considering other fields actually reconsidered and are thinking about going into IT, my daughter included, which was a good thing. So what they're doing this year is actually using those technologies to compete against each other to solve problems that are in each one of the 6 T&I areas. And what you'll see is they'll come up, they'll demonstrate those projects, and our judges, who are serving as mock investors as opposed to judges, really are going to decide which one of those 6 projects they're going to invest in. So it's a playoff of Shark Tank. I'm sure many of you have seen that. But we couldn't take Shark Tank, so we decided on Barracuda Bowl. So like I said before, just sit back and enjoy what they came up with.
Okay, guys, well, welcome everyone. My name is Sandra Long. So I am the program director for the Young Summer Youth STEAM Dream Team. So I am their mother figure for the 5 weeks I have them, and I do tough love with the youth, as they told you guys in the video. To explain that dance routine, that is not what we do. I do not teach them to dance. That is punishment. So of course, as parents, we know our babies have an issue with those phones all day long, texting on it, YouTubing. So when they are caught on their phones with me, every Friday they have to dance. And trust me, they hated it. It looked like they were having a good time, but every single one of them dread getting caught on their phones. So that was the dance routine. So what I'm going to do real quickly is I'm going to take a moment and introduce our wonderful judges to you guys. And real quickly, I just want to thank all the parents that are here to support their babies. It means a lot for them to be here. I have seen the tremendous growth in them from week 1 up until now. So you guys are going to walk away so proud of them. It's unbelievable. So just wait until the end of it. So I'll start off by welcoming Mr. Nicholas Majette, the county CAO. Mr. Majette was appointed as the Chief Administrative Officer for Prince George's County on May 5th, 2014. As the CAO, he's responsible for managing the daily operations of the county government. Prior to joining the county, Mr. Majette served as the District of Columbia government for over 29 years in several capacities, including 19 years as the Assistant Attorney General in the DC Office of the Attorney General, Chief of Assessment Service for the Office of Tax and Revenue, as well as the Director of the Department of Consumer and Regulatory Affairs. He is currently a 3rd-term steering committee member of the DC Bar, DC Affairs session, and thank you so much, Mr. Majette, again for I appreciate it. Next, we have Mr. Rick Williams. Mr. Rick Williams is the Global Cybersecurity of Excellence Manager at Northrop Grumman Corporation Mission System. And of course, let me just kind of make a joke about Rick. Rick's bio was 3 pages, so I'm going to cut it down real short, okay? He is so impressive. He has so many great points about himself, but I had to kind of cut it down a little bit. And also, another thing about Rick, which I want to say thank you so much, Rick actually comes in and teaches the kids how to have presentational skills, how to create a powerful presentation, which you guys will see today. So some of those tips and some of those, that information that he shared with the students last week, they're going to be put in place today. So Rick, thank you so much for that. And you actually were supposed to be 2 hours and you were with us for 8 hours. So I appreciate you. Rick Williams leads the Global Cyber Center of Excellence within the Advanced Cyber Technology Center in the Cyber Intelligence Mission Solutions Division. In his role, he oversees the execution of this Global Cyber Center of Excellence vision as the virtual focal point for all things related to cybersecurity across Northrop government, commercial, and global markets. He leverages his extensive experience in enterprise information technology, cybersecurity, business development, operational leadership, and organization development to identify markets, align missions to outcomes, and connect resources and networks. It was so hard to narrow down your 3 pages. I hope I did okay with that. Okay?
Perfect.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good job.
All right, and then we have Mr. Carlo Manave. He is the account executive at Nativa. Okay. A youthful professional with a background in sales, devices, and technology. He's a self-proclaimed geek with interests in photography, DJing, and dance. STEAM is important to him because of his belief in the idea of arts and movement being integral to adding creativity to science and engineering. Thank you, Carla. Appreciate you being here. Next, we have Mr. Melvin Greer, Director of Data Science and Analytics. Melvin Greer is Director of Data Science and Analytics, Intel Corporation. He uses his knowledge in graph analytics, machine learning, and cognitive computing to accelerate transformation of data into a strategic asset for federal agencies and global enterprises. Melvin Greer has been appointed Fellow of the National Cybersecurity Institute, where he assists government, industry, military, and academic sectors, meets the challenges in cybersecurity policies, technologies, and education. Thank you, sir, for being here. And can I just say, when I sent the invitation out to Mr. Greer to judge, within 5 minutes, he was like, absolutely, I'm on it, I'm there. So thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. All right, and last we have, but not least, we have Dr. Dr. Lethea Jackson. Ms. Jackson is a full-time professor in the Department of Computer Science at Bowie State University. She's the only African-American female full professor in the state of Maryland with a doctoral degree in computer science. Thank you. And I actually partnered with Dr. Jackson to get some of the mentors that you guys are going to meet today and advisors that's in my program now. So you guys will get to meet some of the students that she's groomed to bring up to me. So, all right, so thank you so much. All right, guys, so that's the judges. So again, thank you guys again for being here. Now, before we get started, let me just ask everybody here to let's just give all of the students a round of applause because they're really nervous being here. Okay, so let's just give them a round of applause. They have worked so very hard, and I always tell them every day we're all here to support them and let them have their 15 minutes of shine and for them to wow us. That's the only reason why we're here. We're not judging them. Well, technically we are, but not like that. So, you know, I just want you guys to appreciate all the hard work that they put in. They really work. This was not one of those jobs they come to and talk on their phone all day, file papers. This was really a true 9 to 5 for them. Okay, so and some of them even stayed during their lunch. They decided to have lunch work sessions, and that was their own decision. So you should feel really proud as parents. You did a good job with them. All right. So what we're going to do, because we know we're on a really tight time frame with this, we're going to jump right into it. Okay. So the first team, and the way we did this, we had the kids. I'm real big on punctuality, so part of the things that I teach the students, always be early, never on time, always be early. Okay, sure. So always be on time. So I had the kids come to a meeting without them knowing why they were coming, and then whoever came first got to pick the order that they wanted to present in. So the order that you're seeing in there was their choice, but it's either they came late, or they came on time, or they came early. And I believe our first team that's going to get us started is Hillcrest Heights. So I'm going to have them come on up, and they can start setting up. So real quick, while they're setting up, Joshua, come here for a second real quick. I'm going to have Joshua, because we're going to kind of wait. We're waiting for Mr. Baker. So while they're setting up, they have 5 minutes to set up. I'm going to have Joshua in 2 minutes explain to you guys the devices that the students are going to be using that you're going to see up here, because the students are not going to have time to explain to you what that actual device is, okay? So I'm going to have Joshua in 2 minutes. And just so you guys know, Joshua was not supposed to be mine. I kind of stole him from Glen Mains. I gave him to him, then I took him back. So Joshua came in as an intern, but I was so impressed with him when he spoke and when he presented himself. I kind of snatched him back and told Glenn, sorry, I made a mistake, you can't have him. So Joshua served as our technical advisor for all 6 teams, where he would go and meet with each team, figure out what they needed. If he couldn't resolve it, he would reach out to the appropriate staff members to get the answer. So minutes, Joshua. Okay.
So as stated by inside the video, that each of the teams, they use the 3D printer, the Raspberry Pi, and mobile applications. So I'm not sure if you guys can truly see, but we do have like a 3D printer here. With the 3D printer, it could print out a lot of the like test models that you will be seeing during their presentations. And they have to utilize different 3D printing software, such as like Tinkercad, AutoCAD, and SketchUp. And then with the Raspberry Pi, it is a small, like credit card size computer. It's very compact, and with that, you can pretty much program it to do anything. And a lot of teams utilize that throughout their program. And then the mobile applications, as you guys know, is pretty much anything that you have on your phone. And they created their own mobile apps to specialize for each of their team areas.
Good
so,
time.
thank you.
So, okay, just to reiterate what Mr. Bright stated earlier, all 6 teams had to incorporate all 3 devices, so it wasn't like they got to pick which one. Their solution must have all 3 devices as part of that solution, okay? So when you hear them say Raspberry Pi or the 3D printer, you know better off what they're speaking of. And for those of you that have no idea, this right here is a 3D printer, okay? So when they speak of it, it's just sitting right here for you. So, and while we're waiting, we also, I just want to take a moment to thank Miss Ashley Phillips. Ashley came in as well as an intern that I latched on to serve like an intern for the actual all 6 teams, where she helped out with any documentation that they needed, making sure that they were doing what they were supposed to do if I was stuck somewhere else. So thank you, Miss Ashley, you did a wonderful job. Waiting. Let me just thank OIT as a whole too, so I don't have to do it at the end. So I know everybody's going to try to run out as soon as it's over. So for everyone in OIT that played a part in this, whether you sat with the kids explaining how to use Outlook, or you fixed their laptop, or you helped them with their mobile app, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you guys, because on top of doing your regular work, you had to help out with the students. So I really appreciate it. So thank you guys, and not being mean to. Let me tell you guys something else we added to the program. I'm just ad-libbing, go with the flow with me. So what we did this year, because we had the 6 teams, right? But because I wanted to make it something really competitive, I actually went around and begged some of our senior managers to own a team to make it even more competitive. So 6 managers within OIT, each manager has been assigned a team. Keep going, let them go. So, and after they present, I'll introduce the manager. Who's your manager? David Lovelace. Lovelace and McCall, can y'all stand? So they manage this team, so they had to step in and help out. All right, you guys go. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna let the groups go, and I'm gonna turn it over.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
How's everyone doing?
Good.
That's good. Before we start, I'd like to acknowledge our technology lead as well as our college mentor, Kayla Wright, as she's unable to speak due to her wisdom teeth being pulled. Well, I'm Chad Philp. I'm a junior at Bowie State University, and my major is computer science. I'm the college advisor as well as the project manager for our team. And as the project manager, I was responsible for assigning each member's roles, as well as providing help to each member if need be. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm Jalen Powell. I'll be attending Nova next month studying computer science. And I was responsible for the arts aspect of STEAM. My role was to create the logo, help create the mobile app, and I was in charge of the marketing for our team.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Mackenzie Horton. I'm a sophomore at Flowers High School. I was responsible for the engineering aspect of STEAM, and my role was to create the models for the 3D printer.
Hello everybody, my name is Gabrielle Marshall. I'm a senior at Wise High School and I was responsible for the math aspect of STEAM. I provided app development, statistics, and percentiles. Thank you.
Good morning everybody, my name is Jair Johnson. I'm a rising senior at Pine Forge Academy. I was responsible for the science aspect of STEAM, which required me to do the majority of the team's research. And we are...
Stop. We can't even get into it like this. So do you all read the newspaper? Do y'all know about all the events going on in Hillcrest Heights and Marlow Heights? Just yesterday, there was a robbery in broad daylight.
It's really unfortunate. I was reading a newspaper earlier this morning too.
What is that?
It said a family's home was broken into, and guess
Wow.
what? Police didn't show up till like 30 minutes later.
Oh my.
Wow.
That's
Maybe there
tragic.
needs to be more police in the area.
Definitely, this is happening way too often.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the area wishes there was a solution to help solve these issues.
And there is. And we are
Operation Restoration.
So I'm sure you guys are all wondering why Operation Restoration?
Good question, Gabby. Well, our mission is to help improve and restore the area of Marlow Heights and Hillcrest Heights.
Our team colors are blue and green, blue for the trust and loyalty in our community, and green for the growth that we would like to see within our community.
This is our logo. As you can see, the background is a map of our T&I area, Marlow Heights and Hillcrest Heights. And we decided to go with the broken R to represent the state of our community as is. But with our solution, we plan on restoring the community, which is the broken R. So our T&I area is Marlow Heights and Hillcrest Heights. And the main issue that we're focusing on in the T&I area is the high crime rate, being as though that it is 32% higher than the national average. And about 3,000 property crimes happen annually.
So this is a crime map of our T&I area. You'll see a lot of blue figures and a lot of black figures. That represents the burglary, robbery, and theft within our area. So as you can see, there's a lot of property crimes happening all over the Marlow Heights and Hillcrest Heights region.
And here are the demographics of our area. There are about 21,000 people who live in the area. The majority of them are African American. Most of them are government workers and ride on public transportation.
So by a show of hands, how many people here have been a victim of a crime or know someone that has been a victim of a crime?
You, sir, in the plaid shirt, what's your name?
My name is Arhadi Hassan.
What happened?
Someone broke into my car.
Did you report it?
No, I didn't,
Why?
because police would take so long to come.
I'm sorry to hear that. I really am.
Well, with our solution, that will not be an issue. We'll actually help to reduce that crime. So our solution is to place a visible police substation in the Marlow Heights and Hillcrest Heights area, as well as video surveillance using the Raspberry Pi in high crime areas, as well as a neighborhood watch app. So seeing as how Marlow Heights and Hillcrest Heights do not have a police station in the area for themselves, and the closest one is like 15 to 20 minutes away, placing a police substation will not only act as a deterrent, it will also reduce the response time to any crimes reported, as will help with you.
And since Marlow Heights and Hillcrest Heights have a lot of vacant lots, we have decided to renovate one of these vacant lots into the police substation. Now why? Why would we renovate the vacant lot instead of building a new one? Well, it's just more cost efficient. Just like the police station in Fort Washington, it will cost about $15 million to build a new building, but just to renovate a building that's about 3,000 square feet, it only costs about $200,000.
Using the Raspberry Pi, we're going to make surveillance cameras in the area. The cameras will be motion censored, have night vision capability, have people censored, and also have a GPS on it so the substation can be alerted if the cameras are moved. We also decided as a team to camouflage the cameras. We're going to camouflage the cameras so that citizens do not know their cameras and crime does not relocate but it actually stops. To camouflage the camera, we're going to use a 3D printer to build a birdhouse around the camera. We'll now have a demonstration of our camera showing the motion sensor.
So just to let everyone know, this is just a prototype. So with the motion sensor cameras, once it pops up, as you can see, these are all the videos that has been picking up. So with Kayla, it's gonna slide her hand across the sensor, and it should show the video of everyone.
So a couple of the streets that we would like to implement these cameras on are Iverson Street, Curtis Drive, and Dallas Place. Those have a lot of crime happening, and when the presentation comes back up, you'll be able to see the peak crime map that shows you that majority of the property crime happens in those areas. You can see the red. It's okay. You can see the deeper red marks on Dallas Place, Iverson Street, and Curtis Drive. So along with the surveillance cameras and the police substation, we decided to implement a neighborhood watch app. So I'm gonna take you through. First, you will log into the app. You will click log in, and it will take you to the main menu.
As you can see, each first letter of every option on our mobile app actually spells out restore, tying into our group's name and mission.
So the first tab is report a crime. It'll allow you to directly communicate with the police, EMS, or fire station with the touch of a button. So you would click robbery and theft happened to you, and then you would click the dispatch immediately button, and the police would be dispatched to you with the touch of a button. The next option is the events tab, and it's basically where users can go to see what's going on within the Marlow Heights and Hillcrest Heights community, such as the app tutorial and the coffee with cops that we would like to have at the community centers. The next tab is a street map, which will allow the homeowners to geofence their property so they don't have trespassers or visitors or hours on their property that they don't want to have any people there. Say I'm at work from 9 to 5, I don't need anybody in my house, so I'm gonna put a geofence around my house between those hours. The next is a Teleneighbor tab that'll allow you to directly message your neighbor about any suspicious activities or crimes going on their property. So if you saw a man coming from their backyard at a strange hour, you can let them know that and they can communicate back and forth with you. The next, speak up. Can y'all hear me in the back? No?
Now we can.
Okay. So the next option is a observations tab, which will allow you to alert the entire community of anything going on within the community, such as an unusual car driving up and down the street several times, or maybe Iverson Mall loitering. So you will let the entire community know what's going on in that area.
So you might be asking, how does all of this connect with each other? Well, with the mobile app and the Raspberry Pi cameras, all that information and the feed is sent to the storage cloud. And then from the storage cloud, the police substation in the Marlow Heights and Hillcrest Heights areas will then have access to that information as well as the feed. So we believe with our solution presented today, it will help to drastically reduce the crime, the high crime in the Marlow Heights and Hillcrest Heights area, and restore the community to what it once was.
At this time, we would like to give a special thanks to these individuals for their tremendous help in our project. Thank you so much. Are there any questions?
Judges only. Questions. At the audience. How wonderful is that, right? And the fact that they took first place. That takes a lot of courage. They actually selected to go first, so good job.
So I assume this is going to be free to the public. Have you calculated what the cost will be to the county?
Yes. I'll pass that to my colleague, Chad Phillip.
Well, with the capital cost will cost around $225,000. $200,000, as my colleague mentioned, for the police substation, as well as minus any fees, as well as for the cameras, which will be around 16, costing about $150 for each camera, which is pretty cheap.
First of all, I want to congratulate you guys. You did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
All of the integration, you've integrated sensors, cameras, cloud, 3D printing. This is a fantastic presentation. But I do have some questions. Now, how are you going to get the whole neighborhood to download and adopt this mobile app? And have you thought about the privacy concerns associated with somebody being filmed 24 hours a day who's not actually being, committing any crimes and going directly to the police?
Okay, well, do y'all want to take it or I'm going to take it?
With the Fourth Amendment, with the Third Amendment, you're able to record people without their consent. Also in Maryland, the law is as long as the camera's not pointing into their house, you can film them.
The other question was around adoption and distribution of the mobile app to all the people in the neighborhood.
We plan to have an app tutorial in the neighborhood at both community centers. There's a Marlow Heights and a Hillcrest Heights, so we're going to plan that and have anybody who needs to know how to operate it or download it or any. We're going to have meetings or app tutorials at all the community centers within the area so that people know how to navigate through the app and how to use it.
I think you guys did a great job as well. My question, I really like that geofence. How will that actually tie into someone's personal cell phone?
Basically through the app, they'll get a notification if somebody is coming onto their property during the hours that they don't want anybody, but they'll be able to see like who it is, like if it was a postman dropping off a package, you don't want to just call the police for that. So you would get notification first. Yeah. Any other questions?
I think you all did an excellent job. I was going to help you out with the legal question, but you did an excellent job.
Yeah.
With respect to the bird houses, which was a camouflage for the cameras, and the bird houses were printed by the 3D printer.
Yeah. It's the model right there. It's just the prototype.
And so with the cameras that would be inside, they would be hooked to the internet?
Yes, so with certain areas, there are Wi-Fi hotspots. So if that area has a Wi-Fi hotspot, it will use the Wi-Fi there.
Okay.
However, if there's not a Wi-Fi hotspot, there is an operational fee of like around $40, which use cellular data.
Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you, team operation. Restoration. Oh, correct me. I'm so sorry. All right. So as the next team is coming up setting up, we want to welcome Mr. Rashawn Baker, County Executive. You're not going to get out that easy. Come on up, Mr. Baker. You have to say something. You're my co-host today, so you gotta entertain the crowd with me.
While they set up, I'm gonna tap dance while they set up. Wow. You know, can we give the first group another round of applause? I was just outside talking to a few of the camera folks and TV folks, and I was telling them that I don't know that we could have imagined, Nick, this program 5.5 years ago. Not just having additional students and young people in our summer program, but actually what we wanted to do, and you really just have to give everybody, Bernard, and, everybody and his staff for a great job and a great program, but also for the summer youth program. Because what we wanted for our young people were not just to have, you want them to make some money. As a parent, I want my children to make money so they can help dad out. A lot, I hope. So y'all save your money, don't spend it. But we also wanted to prepare them for a career, for work, for life learning, for things like that. And the best way was really to look at some of the issues that we have going on in the county. And how do we solve them? Because every day, those of us who work for the county are thinking about, what are we doing to solve this problem? If something happens, let's say at the hospital, we're worried about that. Something happens in a particular district. But we're actually talking to each other. We're not talking to the outside world in a way or thinking new about it. The thing that has helped us in this program is that these young people are taking fresh eyes and they're looking at it. They're not constrained, just think about it, they're not constrained by any of the barriers that we have as government. And that is our traditional way of thinking of things. And so it helps us when they're doing this, but it also puts them on a road of thinking differently and broadly about critical issues and how to solve them. So this is a great program. Have I tap danced long enough? Are you going to play the keyboards?
Yes.
You are?
Why you tap dance?
Why tap dance? Are you ready?
We are.
Is it going to be a good presentation?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I guarantee it.
Justin just guaranteed it's going to be like a great presentation. See?
Oh.
Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Justin McNeil. I'm a rising sophomore at Shelby University. And before we get started with our presentation, I just wanted to know if I can take 60 seconds to interview one of our judges to assist us in our presentation. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm with Real Live Fox 5 newscast station, and if you can introduce yourself to the public for us.
Good morning, I'm Nick Maggette, Chief Administrative Officer for Coach County.
It's nice to meet you, Mr. Maggette. Now, so it's safe to assume you're a hardworking individual, correct? So you own nice things?
I think so.
Do you own a car?
I do.
Nice car?
Nice car.
That's what I like to hear, so we all aim for as children. So let's play the scenario game. Say you had a hard day's at work. You go home, you sleep, you wake up, only to increase your success by going to work and doing your professional job, but you realize your car is stolen. Now, how would you feel?
I feel violated.
Violated. Did you all hear that? Violated. Just making sure. Okay, now, would you say that your community has almost let you down by not looking out for a fellow neighbor such as yourself?
In part.
In part. Okay. You see that? Violated. The community almost let him down as his neighbor. All right. Thank you. That's all I'm going to say. We have no time for further questions. Thank you so much. We're on right into our presentation.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lenise Hurd. I'm currently a sophomore at Prince George's Community College. For our project, I was responsible for the science portion of STEAM. One way we incorporated science is by following a process called design thinking, which is very similar to the scientific method.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mia Hollins. I'm currently a transfer junior at Bowie State University, majoring in computer science. I was the college advisor for my team, the co-project manager, and I was also over technologies. And the technologies that we used for our project included the Raspberry Pi 3D printer, SketchUp development program, a mobile app development program, and Splunk.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Malachi Harrell. I'm a rising senior at Occidental High School in the Science and Tech program. I was responsible for the engineering portion of STEAM, and we incorporated engineering through architectural design for the design of our building and the design of our model camera as well.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jaden Mims. I'm a rising sophomore at College Park Academy, and my aspect of STEAM was art, which we included through logos and design. And this is our missing mentor.
The mentor slash co-graphic designer.
Sorry, what we
and
played
I
a
represent
video for
arts
you guys
for
to
STEAM.
hear in.
Hello, my name is Lindo Gosen. I'm a rising freshman at Scat University. This is my third year in the program. I serve as the mentor slash co-graphic designer, and I represent arts for STEAM.
Good morning, everybody. Once again, my name is Justin McNeil. I'm a rising sophomore at Shelby University, where I major in sports management and minor in chemistry. I was the co-project manager for the group, as well as the temporary mentor, as our mentor could not be with us. And I am responsible for the mathematics aspect in STEAM, which had to deal with planning our budget and calculating certain dimensions of our project.
We are
the Crime Clippers. Clipping crime right out of the community.
As you can see here, our logo is a pair of clippers, which is the Oxon Hill High School mascot, and our colors are black, gold, and white, which are also the Oxon Hill High School's colors.
There was a system that was in place that could record crime and everything like that. I think that would be a good idea, a real good idea, because some people will see something and don't say something. And, you know, we don't need any scary people around here these days. That would be very helpful if we had some type of video surveillance camera that would, you know, capture everything. Price I probably like to pay for an alarm system would be no more than $150.
But if you were in the store looking for an alarm system, how much would you like to pay?
Get that. So I would say like $100 if I had to.
Right, good. Just so you can feel safe in the community. All right. All right. So you said the increased security officer presence has contributed to the decline in crime. So would you say, if you guys say had security cameras in the area, do you think crime would be on more of a decline?
Oh yes, of course.
All right. Okay.
Because people will be worried about, you know, what's being caught on camera.
Yeah, exactly. Correct. We think so too.
One part of our solution is the Soteria security system. Now, before I begin, I would like to explain the name Soteria. Soteria was the Greek goddess of safety, so we thought that would be fitting for our security system. The first part of the security system is installing cameras in the entry and exit points of the residents' homes, and also on Oxon Hill streets and corners and lampposts. The purpose of the camera is collect live surveillance and send it to our notification center.
Now, this notification center will be somewhat like a neighborhood watch program. Here we would monitor the surveillance is captured on the street cameras. We would also assist the residents who choose to have cameras installed in their homes. When a break-in, of course we would not be able to view their surveillance because that would violate their privacy, but when a break-in occurs, the notification center will receive the alert and then they would notify the police. Also, we really wanted to keep this within the community, so we would only require residents of Glass Manor, Oxon Hill to be able to work here.
And so now we will demo our security app and our camera. And so basically the cameras that we will be demoing is what will be placed inside of the residents' homes. And it is also motion censored. And basically the security app, when you log in, you'll be able to see your personal home's camera surveillance. And then you can also have an anonymous tip where if you feel the need to report something but you don't want your name to be put out, you can do so. And then we also have a contact page. Now this is a street security camera which will also be 3D printed. I forgot to show you. This is the security model of this home security system, and this will be 3D printed as the security camera, which is a very noticeable street camera design because we want people to know that they're being watched so that they won't, rob someone in the first place.
Now, the notification center will be built in 2 phases. Phase 1 is a total of 8,000 square feet and will hold a total of 20 workers. Phase 2 will increase in size and will increase the amount of people it can hold in total. So the Phase 2 building will hold a total of 100 people and it will be energy efficient as well.
So if you decide to partner with us, our security system program, and you would have to purchase our system, the initial fee would be $85, followed by a $10 monthly subscription fee, as long as you deem it necessary to own a camera in your house. As you can see, there's no contract, unlike other competitor companies out there, so you can cancel at any time you deem it's unnecessary. So our short-term goals from the first year, we would like to decrease property crime in Glass Manor, Oxon Hill by 15 to 20% within the first year. We would also like to increase our sales in our security camera system. We would like to expand to small local businesses throughout the area, and we would like to receive $1 million in funds for our notification center for phase 1 of the notification center. And we would like to receive funding through a capital improvement program project throughout Prince George's County. Here's kind of a breakdown of our budget and how we would use that $1 million for our phase 1 building. 86% of the budget will go to employee salaries, which is around $700,000. The utility cost for the first year is 3% of our budget, which is $24,000. The office furniture and equipment is around 5%, which is $40,000. And the building cost to build phase 1, an 8,000 square foot building, is around 6%, which is $50,000. And I know you're wondering, $50,000 to build an 8,000 foot square home, it is actually very low, but you have to understand we will be using 3D printed cement as technology advances. In China, they actually have done so. They have built a building of similar size for around $16,000, but in China, the building standards are a little bit lower than the US, so we had to take that into consideration. As you can see, we did. So our long-term goals in the next 3 to 5 years, we would like to expand to other T&I areas. As you heard earlier, Marlow Heights and Hillcrest Heights, they're facing relatively large property crime incidents as well, and as well as Bladensburg. So after the presentation, we'll be handing them a card as well. We would also like to continue in lowering property crime altogether. We know we cannot deplete crime altogether, or we can't deplete crime totally, but we would also like to continue lowering always. We would like to receive $3 million in funding for our improved notification center, which is phase 2, our final phase of the program.
Now, what makes us different from any other security system out there? Now, we know they have ADT, but do you know that you have to pay $30 a month for a 36-month contract?
What?
You know how long that is?
How long?
3 years.
Oh, no. Mm-mm.
Yes, and if you want to cancel before that 3-year contract is over, you have to pay an additional fee. Now, we don't do that to you. Do you know where they're located?
Where?
In Canada.
Oh, no.
Yes, they have people in Canada watching your homes. We're in Maryland, isn't that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, so why would you want someone in Canada monitoring your home when you're in Maryland? You know, Soteria Security System, we want to monitor Oxon Hill residents' homes from Oxon Hill. We're going to actually employ Oxon Hill residents to have this sort of neighborhood watch so that, you know, you see a sense of family and a sense of responsibility for your own community, because we don't see them as customers, we see them as partners.
Yeah, please. Great job. I didn't know that singing and music were so impactful. That's a great job. So I know that you talked about printing of the 3D cement. Did you have any other 3D or additive manufacturing solution?
So actually we'll be 3D printing our own cameras as well to kind of lower the cost of purchasing cameras. So we'll be 3D printing the home cameras and the street cameras as well.
In terms of your question, we originally looked at 3D printed cement, but as technology advances, there will be other substances or materials that are available. Currently, there are 3 different types of filament that we know were available for us to use with that printer, and some are sturdier than others. Additional research will be required, but I'm sure it's possible.
Yeah, so you would probably be able to look at carbon fiber, other polymers,
Yes.
plastics. Okay, fantastic.
I was about to ask about the singing group, but so here's a question I have. Do you anticipate making a profit out of this? And if so, will you be investing back in the community?
Yes, we would like to invest into the community because...
So will you make a profit?
Yes, we will make a profit. That's why we have an $85 initial fee, because it does cost around $55 to make each individual resident home. And that's also why we have a $10 subscription fee, so that we can run a profit and sow back into the community and into the notification center.
I have a follow-up question.
Okay.
I know I'm the answer.
Co-host.
Co-host is asking, but I couldn't help but notice that you wanted, I think it was $1 million?
Yes.
Yeah. From the county? I was waiting for Nick to ask
I would approve.
So, how do you figure you're gonna get $1 million from the county?
Oh, well, we think this is a really productive idea that we have, and that it would really help Oxon Hill, because there's nothing like it where you're having a neighborhood watch where your own residents are looking out for other residents. We want it to be something where they can be sowing back into their own community, and that there's no other people who have ulterior motives trying to come into the community.
Can you explain to me your marketing plan, since this is a for-profit product, and also can you explain to me also how you got to that 15 to 20% number on your decrease of crime, please?
Okay, well, Malachi can explain.
So for the marketing aspect, we will actually be using Splunk to bring up a map of hotspots. So that will be the areas where we'll market at. We'll do door-to-door services, online ads, and newspapers as well. And in doing so, we'll be able to spread our security systems out throughout the Glassman-Oxon Hill area. And in addition, you said, how do we plan on decreasing the amount of crime?
So how you got to that number? Like, why was that your goal?
Oh, the 15 to 20% to decreasing the crime?
Well, after conducting research, we found out that 39.45% of the crimes that occurred in Glassman and Oxon Hill were all property crimes. So that was in 2015 alone. The number is 733 incidents. That is actually why we decided to focus on property crime, because we saw it being the highest number of pretty much all the crime that exists in Glassman and Oxon Hill. So the 15 to 20% actually derives from that number. That is actually the percentage of what we would like to decrease it by, from 39.45%.
Thank you.
Thank you guys, great job. See, they did their research, they're prepared, right? Yeah, they're well prepared, they did all their research. So while the next team is setting up, let me just give you guys some feedback on this. So for the 5 weeks, they have really been doing all their own legwork. They had to go out in the community, as you saw, they had interviews with some of the citizens in the community. They had to research their TNI area to get those statistics. They have been doing a tremendous job, as you can tell. There are no, we don't have that answer for you. They're coming right back with their answers to you, so. Okay.
All right, how you doing, everybody?
Good.
Hey, Mom. My name is Ruben Kasama. I'm an upcoming sophomore at University of Maryland College Park. I was the team mentor for TNI Langley Park, and I was also the engineering.
My name is Siobhan Wosu. I'm a junior at Bowie State University, majoring in computer science, and I was my senior college advisor and also the project manager.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Joel Henderson. I'm a rising junior at the Matha, and I am our team science lead.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Jasmine Stoyd. I'm a rising senior at Riverdale Baptist School, and I'm the arts lead.
Good morning. My name is Inaya Clark Kennedy, and I'm a rising senior at Frederick High School, and I was the math lead for TNI Langley Park.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tooney Hurd. I'm an upcoming junior at the University of Maryland, and I was the technology lead for our TNI area Langley Park.
And we are
the
Park Progressives.
Nice logo, right?
Yes, very nice.
Okay, so our logo portrays our slogan, progress and preservation. The tree right here is an example of what we plan to do in Langley Park. You see the tree is growing, but down below the roots are still preserved. We plan to do this in Langley Park. We want to grow with the community, but we also want to preserve the culture. The colors yellow and blue are the colors of the McCormick Elementary, only elementary school in Langley Park. The children right here are reading a book. These children represent Langley Park's thirst for knowledge and how we plan to implement our solution in Langley Park.
So as you all know, this is the STEAM Dream Team Challenge. And so for our team, for our challenge, we all had to take an aspect of STEAM, and we'll all go through and tell you what we did with that.
So as the science lead for our team, I used a process similar to the scientific method to identify problems in Langley Park and also find solutions.
I was the technology lead, and I was responsible for creating a solution to a problem in our TNI area using a 3D printer, a Raspberry Pi, and a mobile application.
I was the engineering lead, and I used programs such as SketchUp and Illustrator to create mock-ups and designs for our solution.
I am the arts lead, and I help with creating the designs for the logo and the slogan, also a way to market our solution.
As a math lead, I use different calculations to come up with the cost and different dimensions for our solution.
So to get into it, our mission statement as the Park Progressives is to enrich the youth and community of Langley Park through literacy and future opportunities and careers. And we're going to get right into it, telling you how we're going to do that.
I would like to pose a question to the judges and also the audience. How many of you have no immediate access to a library in your area? None? All right, okay. Well, this is the actual problem that residents in Langley Park face every day. They have problems accessing a library in their area, and we hope to solve this with our solution.
The solution we came with is a playoff of a mobile library. Our solution is called the Libro Lounge. Libro, being the Spanish word for book, is helping the community relate to it's helping our solution relate to the community because most of the community is 80% Hispanic. So, and essentially our bus name is the Book Lounge. A lounge is somewhere where people can go to relax and play out, and where people can go to relax and take away time. In our Libro Lounge, we will have books and computers where the students can go, as well as the parents. The parents will be able to use computers to help their children with English help. The parents will be able to also learn English. Each computer will have programs that are bilingual where the parents can help learn English as well as the students. Our target audience is ages 3 to 11, where the kids can read books that will help them in their career in the future.
So we have a testimony from the principal of McCormick Elementary, as we said, the only elementary school in Langley Park. She has a quick thing to say about our solution.
My name is Keena Flood, principal at Langley Park McCormick Elementary School. And I think the mobile library would be a great asset to the community because transportation is such a challenge for our parents. And the students love to read. And so having this library come to them would make, will contribute to the success of the whole community, not just the school and students. So I think this program should win the TNA.
Okay, there you go. That's all we need to do.
Unsolicited, unsolicited.
That's it.
We're asking for an investment of $12,400, which will cover the price of the bus, renovations, as well as operating costs. We have several partners such as Costa de Maryland, as well as the elementary school, which have allowed us to park our solution in their parking lots where it will be accessible to the community. McCormick, the Memorial Library in Largo is going to supply the bus with books, and the Hyattsville Police Station is going to provide our solution with security.
So for the design of our bus, we're using a Class C school bus. You know, the school bus you usually see your kids go to school in every day. So it is about 10 feet in height, about 8 feet in width, and 40 feet long. As you can see here, we want to split up our bus into 2 halves. On one side, we have all books, all bookshelves. They go, it's 3 of them, they're about 6 feet high. They start at ages 3, and the reading level increases as you go back. So you see, you know, the readers that can read at a higher level or age 11. And our other side is where we have all our technology that we have to talk to you about. We have our Raspberry Pi set up. We have a couple, 2 or 3 we're going to have in there, and our 3D printer, but my colleague will tell you more about that in a little bit.
Okay, so think back to when you were younger. Does this song sound familiar? That is a song from an ice cream truck. As an ice cream truck plays music throughout the neighborhood, we plan to do that with our mobile library also. We're going to have kid-friendly designs, and this all brings attention to the youth.
So for our use of technology on the bus, we're going to use the Raspberry Pis as computers. And we're going to have different games and simulations that the children can play on the bus. Because Langley Park has such a high Spanish-speaking population, all of the games that were on there will be bilingual, and some will even help Spanish-speaking students better learn English. As we can see in the corner, this is just a sample of one of the many games we will have. And this game is called Minecraft. It's a game that lets kids think creatively by designing their own 3D worlds. For our mobile application, we plan to use the Prince George's County Memorial Library Systems app. When the kids come onto our bus, they will be using their existing library cards to check out books. If they do not have a library card, they may use their Prince George's County Public School ID number to check out the books. So by using this app, the children will have access to all of the resources that this app already has. By a show of hands, how many people have heard of the app Pokemon Go? So we've all seen how much children of all ages love that game. So what we decided to do was create Library Go. So it's a Pokemon Go inspired app, but instead of catching Pokemon, the children will catch books. So they will travel around Langley Park catching books, and then once they catch a certain amount of books, they will come to us, and then we will 3D print them a prize.
So actually, judges, you have sort of special bookmarks that we actually 3D printed for you guys in your bags.
Is this the bag?
The blue bag, sorry.
Oh, this one.
You can see a picture of them in the corner down there.
So we'll have special bookmarks like those, other things such as rulers and school supplies that children
So here we just have a couple of screenshots from our working prototype. As you can see, the character, he's walking around, he's collecting the books, and then he gets his notification saying he can come to us for his prize. And then here we have our website, which pretty much has all the information about what it is we are, who we are, and what we do. It also has the locations and times of where the bus will be.
And these are just some facts of why we actually chose to go with our solution, the Libro Lounge. Langley Park is comprised of 80% of Hispanic/Latino, which is mostly comprised of immigrants from Latin America. Also, this creates a language barrier between the education, the police force, and also the government. On top of that, 60% of citizens have less than 9th grade education. And despite all these disparaging facts, we believe that Langley Park is a strong-knit community filled with community filled with the rich culture of Latin America, and we believe our solution can help it in the short term and the long term.
However, students in Langley Park do face several obstacles. For example, there's a language barrier between students and the teachers. Many students are at risk of becoming involved in gangs, and they also have no libraries within Langley Park, so many students don't have a computer or resources like books and other resources. So basically what we're looking to accomplish is to lower the percentage of individuals in Langley Park without a high school education, and also increase literacy and proficiency in reading and math. Statistics show that after the 3rd grade, dropout rates become 4 times more likely if the student is not already proficient in reading. 1 in 4 Americans grow up without learning how to read, and these students don't learn how to read because their parents don't speak them well at home. So our hope is that by bringing a library to Langley Park and by making it more accessible to the students and more appealing, we can introduce them to reading at a younger age and also keep them engaged in reading, and so that way they can carry that throughout their school careers and stay engaged.
So we have heard that there is a chapter of a library being built in Langley Park. We don't know when it will break ground, but we think of our solution as sort of a bridge to that, to go over the gap, and also an extension to that. So while there could be a library in Langley Park, we could also have our solution as, if you can't go to the library will come to you. So as we said, we want to enrich the community through literacy and future career and opportunities. So through future career and opportunities, we would like to bring things, as our solution goes on, things such as celebrities and other people with careers that could spark the interest of the youth in Langley Park.
We'd like to thank everybody who has helped us with our solution. We would like to open the floor to any questions.
Hi, great idea, guys. Great presentation as well. I just want to know, do you have a plan to rotate the books in the bus?
Rotate the books?
So the books aren't the same, rotate the books in the bus?
Well, we actually talked to a representative of the Memorial Library System, and she was adamant about saying that library books are not a problem. Donations will continue to come in, and she just was really adamant on that. Like, books will not be a problem.
Anyone else?
So with low cost laptops, notebooks, cloud books with Microsoft or Chromebooks, why did you choose a Raspberry Pi as your regular running computer versus a project that people play on?
I can answer that for them because they didn't have a choice. That's what we told them they had to use. And question answered. Got you covered. Anybody else? Oh,
yeah, one more.
You want to express?
Also, the Raspberry Pi is actually cheaper than a regular computer. It is, I believe, $35 to $40 for Raspberry Pi. It's smaller and more efficient, and it can pretty much do all the same things as a regular computer.
So I'm very, very impressed with this particular solution. It sounds like a technical solution, but in fact, it's not a technical solution at all. It's really a solution that is integrating the community, public safety, education, the schools. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing that is, I think, would have an immediate and high impact. But the question that I have for you is, how are you going to be able to track the progress of students that are going through the bus and determine as they mature through their education and career that you'll be able to keep in touch with them and identify if there's any gaps or weaknesses? And then secondly, what kind of programs were you thinking about for the parents as they bring their kids to the bus to help them as well so they get a better appreciation of why education is so important?
To sort of answer both of those, like we said, we have tutors and sort of English help sort of tutors to say again, that we can help students and adults with alike. And I like what you said about that. That isn't something that we originally put in our solution, but it's something we would look forward to.
Okay, fantastic, great job.
One more question.
Yeah, I think you did an excellent job, and I like the way you used the community partners such as Casa de Maryland, Police Department, Library to use their resources rather than having to come to the government for resources. So
Thank you, guys. Great job, guys. Okay, so we'll wait for the next team to set up in their 2 minutes.
Oh, the 3D printed bookmarks is a really special thing too.
Which I didn't see is they personalized their items. So for instance, Dr. Jackson has her name on it. And this was done with the 3D printer. So it's a bookmark.
That was special. Thank you. How are you?
So while we wait, so you guys hear them talk about these devices. So in addition of learning their TNI areas, in addition to learning how to speak in their presentations, they also had to learn how to use these devices. They came in not knowing, half of them didn't even know what a 3D printer was. And guess what? When I asked them what's a Raspberry Pi, what would you have said if you hadn't heard Joshua tell you this morning? Something to eat, yes. The kids went over to Best Buy to purchase a cable for Raspberry Pi, and the Geek Squad honestly thought they were talking about food. So the kids in their 5 weeks, it wasn't just coming up with that solution, it was also learning how to use the devices. So, you know, just to give you some idea of how much work and effort went into the presentations that you're seeing today. You guys ready? Okay. Okay. Co-host, is this something you want? Yes, you're supposed to be up here with me.
I was taken away by the presentation.
Oh, okay.
Hasn't it been great so far?
Yeah.
All right. One of the things on the last presentation I was going to say is that that was a great question about how will you track, you know, the progress of the kids on the bus that are coming in and out of the bus. One of the things that we're doing in the county is we have our county stat. And so using the county stat in combination with their presentation will actually help us get that data, because what we want to do in the TNI, they're not stagnant. We don't want the areas to stay the same. In fact, we had 3 areas graduate out of TNI area this year. So that information will help us determine how the progress is being made. So it's just really fantastic presentation. Are you ready?
No, sir.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah, keep going.
Are there any other questions? I don't think back to the last
What
group.
funding have you established to fund these projects?
Good question.
Oh,
could you repeat the question?
Yeah, what was the question? That's a good question.
That was a great question. Listen, audience.
And I got a great
And
answer.
this is strictly for Mr. Bates.
It wasn't my intent to put you on the spot. So
Don't worry.
So, you know, sitting here, we're hearing some really great ideas. But without necessary funding, sometimes the ideas can you know, be challenging. So what kind of county funding are we setting aside to help move these projects forward?
It always comes back to money. We don't have any. We is broke. No. The reason I asked in the presentation before, I believe, about the $1 million is, you know, it was kind of tongue-in-cheek, but it really wasn't. It was, how do you fund the project? Once you come up with these great ideas, then where do you get the money to fund them? So one of the things that I liked about all of the programs, the one that had the $1 million in there, is that we look at funding where it, 1, creates jobs, 2, is in our target areas. So all of these projects are in targeted areas for Prince George's County. If we're spending any money at the county, and we have any additional resources, we are spending it in the TNI areas. So 1, they're in the area that we look at to fund those projects. 2, we want to see what benefit it will have to the county. And in those areas is economic development, public safety, health, education. So the last one with Langley Park McCormick and the bookmobile, which I call it that was a great one, because what it does is it ties in our critical area. The first thing we want to do in the county is increase education. Once we increase our education in the county, then everything else falls in line. And so a project like that where we're actually bringing it back out to the community will be great for us. The other thing they could have looked at and tied to their program was, we actually did this with healthcare. So we had a mobile, we went from 2 buses that go into community for dental and health to 8 to 9 or 10, I'm not sure exactly how, but actually doing the same thing, bringing health and dental to the community, both the students and the parents. Did I tap dance long enough?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I like it too, because with education as a focus, it's easier to bring industry partners and people who are really looking to establish a workforce and talent pipeline.
Did you hear that? So the education focus is what brings it here. We were in a meeting the other day with Korean business owners and talking about expanding economic development opportunities in the county and connecting it. But the questions went back to, there was a young business person, Korean business person who's in the county, loves where he lives, loves the opportunities we have here, but has a 1-year-old son. So the decision whether he keeps his business in the county or leaves is based on our education system. So one of the things that we're going to develop these areas is education, and I think we are almost ready. Yeah. All right, you're a veteran, so you need to be ready.
That's right. And speaking of veterans, while we give them a few more moments, let me kind of break down the dynamics of the team for you guys. So, as Mr. Wright stated earlier, we have 6 teams of 6. Each team consists of a college advisor, which is an upperclassman. This year, 5 are serving from Bowie State and 1. Terrell, what's your school again, sir?
American University.
I'm sorry, American University. And we also brought 6 mentors back. Now, what the mentors are the students that actually graduated out of our program. They came back to serve as a mentor to the team, to help the team out because they know the ins and outs of this program. And that would be Miss Sierra, yes, the example. But each team has one. And then what we tried to do is strategically make sure that there was a returning summer youth on every team. In this case, it was Brianna. But every team is basically laid out that way, so that they have a little more experience, because this year we really were hands-off, way more than we've ever been this year. So again, besides us doing some technical assistance with these students, what you guys are seeing is all their thoughts, their concepts, their hard work. This is all them. We really left it to their mentors and their advisors and to the actual summer youth. Okay? Are you guys ready? So I don't have to tap dance?
No.
All right, let's go.
Thank you.
Turning it over.
All right, well, good morning, everyone. Barracudas, my name is Terrell Green. I'm a junior at American University, and I'm a finance major. And this summer, I had the pleasure of being the college advisor for the Suitland Coral Hills team. And now I'll allow my teammates to introduce themselves.
Good morning, everybody. Barracudas. And my name is Apoorva Yadav. I'm a rising senior at Eleanor Roosevelt High School.
Good morning, Barracudas. Good morning, everybody. My name is Cecil Crawford. I'm a sophomore at Frostburg State University, currently majoring in information technology.
Good morning, Barracudas and our audience. My name is Sierra Proctor, and I'm a sophomore at the University of Maryland College Park. I'm a kinesiology major. This summer, I had the pleasure of serving as the mentor to my group, as well as co-project manager with my colleague, Langston.
Good morning, Barracudas. Good morning, everybody. My name is Langston Banks. This fall, I'll be attending the College of Southern Maryland, and I'm a co-project manager. I also deal with the finance.
Good morning, Barracudas and everyone else. My name is Brianna Brown, and this year I will be a junior at Friendly High School.
Now, throughout the duration of this project, we were led by the acronym STEAM. Now, as you've heard before, STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Mathematics. And now I'll let my teammates expound a little bit about how we incorporated all of those things into our solution.
So during this project, I handled the science aspect of STEAM. So basically, I just gathered together any information in our Suitland Coral Hills area that will be relevant to our project. I also used the design thinking method.
I work with the technology aspect of our project. This entire project revolves around the use of technology. Whether we're using a 3D printer, Raspberry Pi, or mobile app, technology is very important.
All right, I'm the lead engineer for my team. We worked with devices such as the 3D printer, as well as SketchUp, And all of these softwares helped us to design our product, and you guys are going to be in for a treat when you see it.
On the arts aspects of our project, I use Photoshop to create all the arts designs.
And by using the math aspect in our project, we're looking for calculations and the cost of our solution.
So now, I would like to introduce to you all my illustrious team. We are Diamond Developers. So we came up with this name because we believe that all of the T&I areas have something beneficial to offer. Now they also have areas that they could improve on, and for that reason, we believe that they are like diamonds in the rough. So it's our job to come in and polish them up and make them brilliant diamonds. So that's why we're Diamond Developers. So Barracudas, let me get straight down to the facts. We're looking for an investment of $92,000. This money will be used for seed money and construction of our final solution.
Some of our goals is to provide technical resources to the community, introduce students to STEM, and improve test scores of grade school students.
A problem that we have found in the Suitland Court Hill area is a lack of technology resources. An example of this there's actually no libraries in Suitland. This could correlate with the poor academic performances because typically in a library you study and use the computer labs for school. This is a chart showing the high school percentage and graduation rates of all the schools. We've shown Suitland High School, you can see, is notably lower than a lot of other schools, such as Reservoir and Eleanor Roosevelt. Now, something these two schools have in common are they strive in STEM. So that means these schools might have a lot of computer labs, printing station, and such on.
The outcome to our solution is to provide new technology resources to succeed, such as tutoring, scholarships, and career pathway training. Our solution also adds a positive outlet for youth and students.
So the inspiration for our solution is the science bus, which is something I hold near and dear to my heart because as an elementary school student, I actually participated in the science bus. So what the science bus really is a renovated trailer with science equipment so that kids without science resources can participate in hands-on science experiments. Although it's a simple idea, it's left an indelible mark on me, and this is something that we want to do for the youth of the Suitland community. So our solution is an adaptation of these kind of buses, except one that focuses on the technology deficiency in the Suitland Coral Hills area. So without further ado, we'll unveil the solution that we've been talking about. Can I get a drum roll from everybody, please?
Let's get going, guys.
Power trip!
So what's in Power Trip? Power Trip is a mobile technology lab dedicated to serving the residents of Suitland Coral Hill first. It will feature technology experiments, and it is looking to address the technology deficiency going on in the Suitland Coral Hills area right now. To expand upon these technology experiments, you will offer labs such as Photoshop and any other programs that a lot of people aren't familiar to. It's focused on serving kids in grades 3 through 8, and we also offer workshops for teens and adults that may be interested. Power Trip features Wi-Fi, 20 to 25 desktop computers, 2 stranded printers, and 2 3D printers as well.
Now I know you all are wondering, well, how are you guys gonna make this bus? Okay? Well, everything that we're using is either donated or used. We really want to make sure that we're cutting down the cost. So we're gonna purchase a used motor coach bus, which was suitable for 56 passengers. We're gonna go inside and renovate it. And how we're gonna renovate it? We're gonna go inside, pull out those seats that are in there, and replace them with fixtures, which we are going to print using industrial-sized 3D printers. Now, after doing some research, we found out that 3D printing these fixtures on the inside, such as desks and chairs, would actually reduce our renovation costs. Now, to cut down on the fuel that we're using, as you all know, a bus runs off of diesel fuel, and we don't want to make our lab dependent on that. We want to use solar energy. So what we plan on doing is buying used solar panels and placing them on the top of the bus, and then we will place the collection batteries in the underfloor storage compartments where luggage would typically be stored at. So this is a floor plan of our actual mobile technology lab. So as you can see, we have the desks, we have chairs, we also have our desktop computers, which are on top, and we also have a printing station in the back with our 2 3D printers and regular standard printers. Now, one thing that we really did look for when purchasing a bus is making sure that it was going to be accessible to all members of the community. So we found a bus that was used and had a power wheelchair lift.
Our mobile technology bus will be traveling to the schools and recreation centers that are actually within Suitland, also libraries that aren't exactly in Suitland but near, and we will be available for private events.
So here listed are our daily operation hours and availability of the Power Trip bus. On Monday through Friday, we will be available for demonstrations at schools, and we will also provide after-school tutorings for students that may be interested. On Saturday, we will offer workshops for programs that a lot of people aren't really familiar to or have at their disposal. The times, the subjects of these workshops will be announced monthly via our mobile app. On Sunday, we will hold open lab for all ages from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Also listed here, we have the fees and the cost of our rental.
Now, to staff our bus, we plan on partnering up with the members of the Transforming Neighborhoods Initiative for the Suitland Coral Hills area. So just like those members of our staff are already going into these neighborhoods and volunteering their time, working with the residents, we want them to come onto our bus and donate their time to the students and residents. So, also we are looking for volunteers from high school and college students, which are local. And those students will be compensated using volunteer hours and course credit hours. So the only person on our staff currently that will be in a paid position is the certified bus driver. Now, within the first year of opening, we plan on expanding to be a county-wide service. That's right, we're going everywhere. We're going everywhere. So those people that we bring on when we do expand will be in paid positions.
Now, because our solution is mobile, we thought it was important to have some way that the members of the community could interact directly with the Power Trip bus, which is why we invented our mobile app, which is coming around to the Barracudas now. Try not to jump out of your seats. I know it's amazing. Please contain yourselves. So on our mobile app will be tutorial videos for daily technology tips like how to set up a printer or use a Raspberry Pi, a calendar so people know when we're going around to certain elementary and middle schools and giving presentations, also so they know when they want to sign up for the workshops that we're having. Which brings us to our registration tab. The registration tab is where people will actually be allowed to sign up for these workshops, as well as submit their information so that they can book us for their own private events. And we also plan on having a live stream on the bus so that people who can't actually be on the bus while we're doing our experiments can still participate via our mobile app.
So now, these are the costs we're going to use your investment for. The used bus will actually cost $80,000. For any maintenance or repairs that's needed, it will be $5,000. Renovations will be $4,000. And for media and advertisement to get the word out about our amazing solution will be $3,000.
So in addition to our Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat campaign, we also have produced a little sneak peek of our advertisement campaign, which we'll unveil to you now.
Wake up every day, take a power trip. What will we learn today? To earn a scholarship, working hard every day so I can ace my test. Power trip the bus, we're simply the best, making honest students. Yeah, we making scholar students. Yeah, we making honest students. Yeah, we making scholar students. Pull up with that power trip. Giving all the kids the tech tips. Smoking Photoshop. They even teaching JavaScript. If you want a 3D print, yeah, they got the filament. Filament! When you want to build a robot, and power trip can get you hip.
So we are going to be partnering with the Prince George County Government Offices of Information and Technology. We're going to be partnering with them because they were very generous and they donated all the equipment and the technology. We're also going to be partnering with Splunk. We're also going to be partnering with Splunk. Okay. We're also going to be partnering with Splunk because we actually reached out to them and they provided us with a demo.
We're going to be seeking grants from grant-friendly companies that's actually located in Prince George's County. We're also going to use our rental fees for revenue to help sustain the bus.
So we would like to thank all of these individuals listed for making our solution possible. But just to conclude our presentation, this is what it is, Barracudas. For just $92,000, we can put a mobile, self-sustaining, eco-friendly technology lab and education center in an area that doesn't even have a library. And we think that could be groundbreaking. Thank you everyone for your time, and thank you, Barracudas. We'll now open the floor for questions.
Okay, everybody's short on time. Maybe one question if anyone has one. But we're running a little short, so one question if you guys don't mind. Okay.
So who exactly is your target customer with those costs? Is it schools, the counties, is it private organizations, and also really have you thought about the operating costs? Is it as far as fuel, and I know there were periods when you first get the bus, but how that's going to affect the long term?
Okay, well, to answer your question, it was a lot. All right, so to actually sustain the bus, we did provide the rental fees, and we came up with those fees by looking at our competitors with the science bus. So we're on target with that. Like we said, to actually sustain the bus, there aren't really any fees that we've come up with so far because everyone that is contributing to the bus is donating. So for them, their incentive is things like tax breaks and things of that nature, while for us, we're actually going out and providing these tools to the community. Now, our target audience, we're actually looking to target the entire community, which is a big task, but we believe that we can do it. We're working with grade school students, as we said, with the workshops and experiments. And then for the older crowd, for teens and adults, we have the workshops on the weekends, and they will be targeting things that will prepare them for job readiness, like resume building or any skills that they could actually use in the workplace. So I hope that answers your question.
I guess I have a quick question. Is there a science center in Prince George's County, and if so, is there a competitive or a collaborative?
Well, actually, there are a few science centers, especially at the schools. You know, we have these STEM schools, and what our goal was is to actually provide it to Suitland. There are no STEM schools in Suitland, and there is no lab that they can readily access, which is close. So that's why we came up with this mobile technology lab. And then as far as expanding countywide, we made it mobile so that would be possible.
Great. I love the focus on finance. How long is it going to take for you to recoup the initial seed and construction money with your special events and your other paid engagement?
This is the last question.
So with that, it all really depends on how quickly we are able to expand to other counties, because if we're just in the Suitland area, there's only so many times we can keep going to those areas, which is why we were planning on recouping our losses in 1 year. That's what the first year is for. And then after that, we will be able to expand because then we won't have to recoup our losses.
Very good, guys. Everything's set.
That may be the best tap dance in the world.
Everyone have a folder? Everyone have a folder?
How's everyone doing this afternoon, morning? How many of y'all know that song? A few hands? Nah, y'all too young. Y'all, that's respectful. So my name is Benjamin Sinclair. I'm a junior at Bowie State University studying computer technology, and I served as the college advisor. One of the main things as a college advisor, I had to keep this project rolling steady at all times. We are Team Best, and we are now introduce ourselves.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lindsey Green. I'm an upcoming sophomore at the University of Miami, majoring in engineering, and for this project, I was a college mentor. As this is my 4th year here working in this program, I have gained a lot of experience that I'm now able to pass on to my newer teammates.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Deontay Ferguson. This is my 2nd year in the Some Youth Enrichment Program. This upcoming fall, I'll be a junior at Oxon Hill High School, and there I'm currently enrolled in the Science and Technology program. For my team, I'm the head engineer and the project manager. For the role of engineer, I design and build upon what my team is creating based on the devices that we were given, and as project manager, I assist my team any help they may need.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Brandon Johnson. I'm an incoming senior from Flowers High School enrolled in the Science and Technology program. On my team, I serve as the arts lead, and what I do is to help with any design or creativity that we may need to improve our solution.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Jasmine Seymour. I'm a rising 10th grader at Academy of Health Science. On my team, I serve as the technology lead and as the mathematics lead. For the technology lead, I make sure that all 3 devices are helping our solution, and for the mathematics lead, I understand all of my data in the TNI area.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Arjanae Blaine. I will be a sophomore at Crossland High School this fall. This is my 1st year here in the Summer Youth Program, and my role on this team is the head scientist lead, which means I find information about our solution.
Well, here's a little bit about our team. Our team name is BEST, and what does BEST stand for, guys?
Bladensburg Empowering Solutions Together.
And here's our logo, since our issue is health, and our slogan is Better Days for Bladensburg.
Now, the 3 main devices that are involved in our solution is 3D printer, Raspberry Pi, and mobile applications.
Now here we have some background information about Bladensburg for you. The population is around 9,500 people, majority of whom are African American, as you can see from our graph. African American is the large green portion. The crime index is around 475 compared to the United States average, which is 288. And as far as that number is concerned, the higher the number is, the more crime there is. Bladensburg is actually voted the number 6th most dangerous city in the entire state of Maryland. The average income is around $42,000 a year, which is $30,000 less than the Maryland average. And because of this low income, the people of Bladensburg do not receive a lot of the necessities that they may need.
And one of the necessities that the residents of Bladensburg lack is primary health care. As you can see, there's only 1 primary care clinic in Bladensburg, and in that clinic, there's only 1 primary physician. For everyone who doesn't know, a primary physician is basically a doctor that provides general checkups for his patients. And because of this, Bladensburg lacks healthcare professionals and healthcare resources.
Hold on one second. I just want to slow down a little bit. Let's just take in what we've heard thus far, and correct me if I'm wrong. You said the population is 9,500?
Yes.
Okay, that's a large amount of people. Only 1 primary care clinic?
Yes.
Yep. And only 1 primary physician?
That's right.
Yeah. Yep. If you ask me, that does not sound like a recipe for success.
Yeah, how do we even solve that problem?
That's a very good question.
Well, guys, don't stress out. Look what we got over here. Mobile clinic.
What you're seeing right now is a primary care mobile health clinic. It is low cost and efficient, and this is a 3D diagram of how our bus will look.
So here's a floor plan of what will be inside our mobile clinic. The clinic's been in 3 main sessions. On the outside, there's 2, basically not hospital, but doctor's office rooms where there's patient beds as well as desks and cabinets for whatever the doctors may need, as well as a sitting area in the middle that also contains a bathroom and air conditioning for the people who are waiting to go in.
Using the 3D printer, we will print the exterior of the mobile clinic. Using the mobile application, we will make sure that the patients in Bladensburg know about it. And for the Raspberry Pi, the doctors will use that to know all the patient's information.
So, how will we use the 3D printer? One more time. We will print the exterior of our mobile clinic using 3D printer. We will use a blend of ABS and carbon fiber materials. ABS is lightweight, recyclable, known for its mechanical toughness, and it exhibits high impact resistance. Now we will use a BAM 3D printer, which actually printed one of the first 3D printed cars that will go on sale late in the fourth quarter of this year, and it's stationed in Cincinnati, and the length of the time will take 72 to 84 hours to print.
Here's our mobile application. As you can see, this is our home page. Well, here's our home page, and after that, we'll take you to the About page. The About page will basically essentially say, Best Mobile Health Care Clinic. Best Mobile Health Clinic is a clinic that drives throughout Bladensburg and provides care to those in need. After that, it will take you to a scheduling page where you can input your scheduling information, as in your name, address, health insurance provider if you have health insurance, and if you didn't, you'll just put in A. After that, you can type in your phone number and provide a brief description, which will give the doctor's insight on how to assess the situation. After that, it will take you to the Find Your Closest Clinic Stop application, which is powered by GIS technology. And it'll basically, you can type in your address, it'll take you to the nearest closest clinic stop in Bladensburg. There are 6 clinic stops around Bladensburg, and it'll show you driving and walking distance if you're feeling a little bit healthy. And it also will show you operating hours, since we're very flexible, and our contact information for any feedback or questions that Bladensburg residents can provide us.
Using a Raspberry Pi, we will have a database that is third-party to hold all of the patient's information. Here's our home screen where, as you can see, it is very user-friendly. Remember when Brandon put in his information on the mobile application? Well, it automatically goes there onto the charts. We will make sure that our information is safe using HIPAA. If you email us with any complaints, it will go automatically into the inbox.
So now that you know a little about ourselves, our name, our solution, let's get to the main question I know everybody wants to know. How much is this going to cost me? My apologies, it appears to be a little typo on our PowerPoint. Is that correct? 50 to 65,000? You sure that's correct?
For a solution that great, it cannot be that expensive. That's a lie. Like,
oh, because we're using a 3D printer, we're going to print the exterior, and that's, okay. I don't know where my mind went during this presentation. Okay, I got it. I'm got it. So the print the exterior will cost $50,000 to $65,000. Raspberry Pi will cost $35. Monitor, keyboard, mouse will cost $40, $12, and $4 respectively. The mobile app, assuming that's not a typo as well?
Yeah, it is free.
Okay, my team knows, okay. Mobile application is free, and the total cost is still within range, $50,000 to $65,000.
Now you're probably wondering, what benefits can we get out of the mobile clinic? Now, as you see right here are a couple of things. Well, number one is low cost. Number two, it will increase the efficiency for the doctors. And last but not least, most importantly, it will provide more healthcare availability for the residents in Bladensburg.
So now we would like to thank everybody who helped us during this project, and we would like to open the floor for questions.
One question, if any? No? Okay. Thank you guys. Excellent job. Did anybody have a question? Because while the other team's setting up, you may. There you go. I was looking dead at you.
So this is a fantastic electronic health records application. What I need to know is, I need a bit more information about how you're going to secure patient data in a mobile environment that's connected to the internet.
Okay, so the program that we used on our Raspberry Pi, the program that we use for our Raspberry Pi, it actually stores all the information that is inputted in our app, and it stores it in a cloud database. And the program is actually being used by many medical facilities already, so it does meet all the requirements for HIPAA, and so it meets everything that we need for as far as security of patient information goes.
Okay, thank you.
We have our anybody else?
Why do we have the resumes in here? This is a good little thing. What's that with that?
Oh, no.
He's asking y'all. The resumes.
We just wanted to provide you guys just to know a little bit more information about us.
Nice touch.
Very good.
Very nice touch.
Whoa. Anything else?
So while they're setting up, one thing I do want to say about the resumes is I made sure that in addition to developing each one of the areas, each one of the people that participated in the program this summer, they were focused on developing themselves as well. So each person that's here actually had to develop a resume, had to get up and give their elevator pitch, which is really a 30-second sales spot about themselves. So that is something that each one of them had to do. So you're just seeing a few of them included it.
I think it's a good idea to have every team do that.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
great. That was very good. Our share of this experience, so I would like to be responsible.
And so while we wait for them to finish up getting ready to present for you guys, just to give you guys an overall idea of the types of training that they receive in addition to working on their solutions, Splunk was kind enough to come in and do a training session for all the students. So they learned how to utilize Splunk, and as you see, some of them use them in their presentations. We also had someone come in from the school systems to come in and teach the students design thinking. We had a young lady come in and do an elevator pitch session for the students as well. As Mr. Wright stated, we also had them work on their resumes. Had to send quite a few back several times to the students until they got it right, but they did do a great job for their final. This is the last team. So after they're done, two young ladies have been collecting the scoring sheets already, so it shouldn't take them that long for us to be able to come back in so that Mr. Baker can announce the winner. And so while we wait for that, just so you guys know what the prizes are. So this year, the team is only one team, Mr. Baker, this year, okay? So one team is actually going to win, and all 6 of the participants on the team is going to walk away with a Surface Pro. And all the accessories. They get the keyboard, they get the case, everything, okay? The other teams, we love you. You're winners as well. You did get paid every 2 weeks. So, in addition to that, oh, are you? Okay, I'm gonna let them go ahead and get started. Get ready. Okay.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed our introduction, and I will allow my team to introduce themselves.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Denver Smith. I'm a second-year pre-physical therapy major at Florida A&M University, and I served as my team's mentor while also focusing on the science and arts aspect of STEAM.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Michael Briscoe. I'm a junior computer science major at Bowie State. I served as the team's college advisor while also focusing on the technology aspect of STEAM.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jonathan Kraft. I'm a rising senior at Charles Herbert Flowers High School. I am the team's architect and engineer, and my STEAM aspect is technology and engineering.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Langley Allen. I'm a rising junior at Bullis. I'm the project manager for my group, and I specialize in mathematics.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Alana Wright. I'm a rising senior at Frederick Douglass High School. I serve as my team's financial and researching lead, and I handle the science aspect of STEAM.
And although you only see 5 members up here, we do have a 6th member who unfortunately could not be here with us today, but he is still incorporated within our presentation, so help us welcome him.
Hello, my name is Emmanuel Lamtek. I attend Bishop McNamara High School, and I'm a rising junior. I serve as a graphic designer and engineer. My STEAM aspect was arts and engineering.
And we are Operation Win, reporting for duty. Now, within our program, we have incorporated STEAM, and as previous teams have stated, STEAM is science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. And my team and I use our unique abilities to incorporate this within our project.
For our team name, we came up with Operation Win. Win standing for working to innovate our neighborhoods. We chose the colors red, yellow, green, and black because they're bold and they stand out. And these characteristics are what we strive to be as a group. We chose a light bulb as our logo because it symbolizes innovation. And I'm not sure if you noticed, but we also decided to incorporate the Kitland and Palmer Park map into our logo. We chose the slogan, lights out, crimination, lights on, innovation.
Our T&I area is Kentland and Palmer Park, and it's a small community in the Landover area. And one thing we found was that there are a lot of older people in the community, with 27.1% being between the ages of 45 and 64, and another 19.7% being above the age of 65.
And this leads us into income. So in comparison to Maryland, Kentland and Palmer Park actually has a higher income than them, coming in at $72,000 while Maryland's is $69,000, which is odd compared to the property value, which is actually lower than Maryland's, coming in at $195,000 while Maryland's is $260,000, which ties into the broken window theory, which states that an urban area's appearance contributes to its crime rate, and in our case, the crime rate is very high, which will be elaborated on.
So crime is a major issue in the Kentland and Palmer Park area. In fact, burglary is the only percentage that stands higher than Maryland's average percentage, while larceny, theft, and property crime are less. Now, a plausible reason for this is the lack of lights in the entire area that my college advisor and mentor discovered when they visited the area.
Now, coming upon a lot of this information, we decided to ask ourselves a couple questions. To my colleague Alana, why do you think the burglary problem in Kentland and Palmer Park is so high?
That's a great question, but I would have to say due to the poverty and the low income in the area.
All right. And Mike, why do you think the lack of security presents a problem?
Since there are a lot of elderly people in the area, they probably don't feel comfortable going outside.
That's completely understandable. And to my colleague Jonathan, why do you think no one has addressed this problem?
Well, again, since the vast majority of the population is 65 and older, they may be kind of hesitant to solve the problems.
That's very interesting. Now, this led us into actually doing a little bit more digging. Now, according to the Bureau of Justice Statistics, elderly victims are actually twice as likely than younger victims to become victims of rape, robbery, and assault. Now, also something that we actually found out according to the Bureau of Justice Statistics was that elderly people are less likely to use physical contact when becoming victims of any crime.
And this leads us into our mission, which is to create a complex alarm system to not only decrease criminal activity, but increase public safety.
And how will we do this exactly? We've decided to produce the Pillar of Lux. Now, we chose this name because Lux is actually a Latin term for light, and being that street lighting is such an issue, we've decided that that was an appropriate name. So it will serve as a street light, and it will also serve as an alarm system. So there will be pet-sensitive motion sensors set up at the entrances and exits of each of the businesses, and in the event that a burglar were to come within the vicinity of the motion sensors, within 5 feet, the alarm will be triggered. So the street light will begin to flash red, and also the business will receive a notification that their pillar has gone off. There's also a 360-degree camera equipped on every pillar, which allows each business to see what's going on. And there's also a 911 emergency button, which allows people to use it in the event that the authorities need to be contacted. Now, we were equipped with 3 technologies, which will be elaborated on in these next slides.
The command and control center of the Pillar of Lux is a Raspberry Pi. It controls the motion sensor, the lights, and 360 display camera. You can also find notifications about your pillar and other activities in the area through the app.
We use our mobile application as an interface between the users and the Raspberry Pi, and now we will have a short demonstration of walking through the app.
Now I'll show you how to navigate through our app. So in the top left-hand corner, you're going to see the menu bar. So we have Home, Map, Security, Contact Us, and About Us. So if you click Security, you can arm and disarm your alarm system. If you click Map, you will see that we have a link to the Pillar of Lux location. If you click Contact Us, you can see all of our networks where you can contact us. And then About Us just gives you a brief overview of our company. Thank you.
Now, we will be using a 3D printer to make the pillar itself. We're going to be using polycarbonate to make the casing around the LED lighting because it's 95% translucent. We're also going to be using carbon fiber to make the majority of the pillar because it's very durable and weather resistant.
And so now, we would like to show you a brief demonstration of how our Pillar of Lux will work.
And as you can see, as the person walks forward and back, the light blinks. This means that the intruder was detected.
And you're probably wondering how we're going to power these. So being that it's 2016 and we have access to many innovative energy sources, we've decided to use solar energy to power each and every one of our pillars, which leads us into our cost. So in comparison to our leading competitor, we are actually much less expensive, being a fixed cost of $500, while our competitor is base fee for their first year is $543 in addition to monthly payments. Also, another competitor of ours, the Crime Clippers, charge a subscription fee, which we do not charge, being that we are a fixed cost. Now, since it's Barracuda Bowl, we've decided to ask for $5,000 in exchange for 15% of our company. Now, what will that money be used for? That money will be used for materials, installation, distribution, marketing, and also product improvements for us to invest back into the community and allow it to grow and expand into the entire world eventually.
If we had more time in the future, we would give you the residential model. Now the residential model is much like the business model, however, there are some differences. For instance, there's a 911 panic button for the elderly citizens in the community. Also, there's a camera, but it's not a surveillance camera because we don't want the citizens to feel as though they're being watched. Instead, the camera takes a picture of the car's license plates that come in and out of the neighborhood so that if a crime happened in a certain time period, we would have a good idea of who came or who did the crime.
And of course, because cost is definitely something that's very, very important, we like to keep our pillar of Lux at a fixed cost, again, at $500. Now, I'm not sure if you may know, but to actually secure a gated community or to secure a community, period, with either a station or incoming part, the price starts at about $2,000. And because Kentland and Palmer Park has a very low income and the poverty rate is very high as well, we will be saving around $1,500.
So overall, our targeted outcome is an area in which burglary, property crime, and larceny theft rates are significantly reduced. We also would like a well-lit area that everyone can enjoy. And here's a short commercial of talking about how our product will stop our competition.
You almost had it. You almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
It seems very apparent that the pillar of Lux is more effective than any of our leading competitors.
And when we visited our TNI area, we proposed the idea of our product to some of the residents, and we would like to share some of the feedback we received.
Definitely will be a good start to trying to prevent crime.
The pillar of Lux is a superb idea for reducing crime.
And now I would like to acknowledge everyone that contributed to the success of our presentation. I would like to thank you guys for your help, and now I would like to open up the floor to any questions.
So how are you able to keep it at a one-time payment with no monthly? I'm assuming you have to collect data, keep the data, somebody has to transfer to certain lease.
Well, that's a good question. I don't know if everyone here heard his question. He asked how we're going to keep it at a fixed cost of $500. So the difference between us and our competitors is that they have people that actually they monitor the systems. The Pillar of Lux actually has a camera that the business itself monitors, so they have access to their own camera rather than other people monitoring it.
Anybody else?
Actually, one more. How about the back door? So if you have one in the front or wherever it's located, do you have to have multiple pillars of luxes to get that coverage?
Another great question. Well, there are motion sensors set up at the entrances and exits, and they're just connected to the pillar itself. So we're targeting more so the businesses in the front for the 360-degree camera, but the motion sensors definitely will pick something up, and if they see something that happens within that, they'll just automatically dial the police for that situation.
So I really appreciate the effort that you put into it. It's a really, really great idea. You valued the company at $50,000 based on 15% initial investment. Do you think that's high or low? And then the second question is, how do you evaluate false positives? Because you have a lot of sensors going on and you don't necessarily know whether the people who are walking by are actually criminals or just on their way to school.
Another great question. I will allow Denver to address these.
Okay, so with the sensors and actually with the business itself, the sensors will be set up so they can actually be heat censored. We weren't able to use the heat sensors, of course, because we're on a time constraint and we're on a budget as well. So we had to be very particular about how we wanted to conduct our prototype, but definitely within a final model, that's what we will be doing. And then with people who are near a business, 9 times out of 10, if the business owner has the system alarmed or enabled, then it will trigger, but if it's not, then it won't. And also, say something. I'm sorry. And also, if the I just lost train of thought. I'm sorry.
With the $50,000, we are not valuing our company. It was $5,000 for 15%, and that is
$5,000.
yeah.
$500.
And also the motion sensors, they are set up so that if a burglar comes within 5 feet, so like they shouldn't be within 5 feet. Like 5 feet is the distance in which they will be triggered, but like if you're outside of that, they won't. And also the business has the access to the camera, so if that were to happen, they can just see and immediately disarm their system.
Got it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Okay, so we'll give our beautiful young lady collecting about 5 minutes to come back and provide Mr. Wright with the winning team. He'll make the announcement. We will award that team with their beautiful Surface Pro, as I was seeing before. One thing we also want to do, and this person doesn't know it, so we incorporated another award. So over the 6 weeks, we've been monitoring our college advisors. And so what Mr. Wright would like to do is extend an internship to one particular advisor. Not that the rest of you guys didn't do an amazing job, because if we could, we would keep all of you. But one of them just stood out a little bit more. That person was commented on by several managers. It's just something, they just stood out. They had a great connection with the students. So we're actually going to bring that intern in to implement our Splunk implementation enterprise. And at that time, I would like to inform Mr. Benjamin Sinclair and we just want to thank you so much for performing extremely above and beyond the entire 6 weeks you've been with us.
Thank you, thank you.
You want to say something?
Yes, first of all, I want to thank Mr. Wright and Ms. Sandra Long, because the first day till now, I really have grown. And not only me, but I want to thank everyone from the previous years. They accepted the new group from Bowie with open arms. They were very helpful. If we had any questions, comments, or concerns, they were helpful. They made us feel welcome from day one. So I just want to say thank you to not only the adults, but also my peers as well. Thank you.
Okay, I just want to ask Ms. Shaminique Ferguson to come up now. Don't all. Come on, and I just want to thank Ms. Shaminique. Ms. Shaminique honestly has helped me tremendously these 5 weeks. She's taken a lot off of my shoulders with helping me out. So do we want to, while we wait for them to tally, would we like to give out the judges? Yep. Okay. All right. So So again, thank you, Shamanique, and the kids loved you. So I told her she's not allowed to not work with me now anymore. So what we do have a token of our appreciation to give to the judges, you know. So we're just gonna hand them out now. Okay. So all of the judges will receive a beautiful shiny star. It says SYEP Star Judge. I have yours right. Richard Williams, OIT STEAM 2016. So all the judges will receive one.
That's nice.
We also have, where's Miss Ashley? Come on up, Miss Ashley. Miss Ashley was shadowing me the 5 weeks that she's been here, and she's been amazing. Ashley did a speech at Prince George's Community College, and she didn't even know I was going to make her do it, but I made her do it, and she did an amazing job. She did such a good job that when the county executive held their summer youth luncheon, that I received an email asking, could I possibly allow Ashley to speak again because the students had requested her. So that's how great, you know, she did. And so we have a nice little, take a one for you too. So, I'll take the box. So Ashley has it as well, and it has her name, and it just says the same thing. Some of you star intern, Ashley Phillips. And of course, Mr. Wright, we have one for you, and it states, okay, you read this, because I can't read it backwards. Okay, it's a lot.
Leading by example, by demonstrating the values that we stand for in your everyday work, you have become a true leader in our organization. You have taken it upon yourself to lead the way with great tact and dependability. You stand out, you motivate others to perform at their best, leading the entire team towards ultimate success. Thank you for pointing us in the right direction.
Okay, so we have the results just that fast. I would pick all of you guys. Listen, it's Mr. Wright said only one team. Wasn't me. Okay, so I'm going to let Mr. Wright announce the winners. You guys are going to come up front, get your prize, okay?
Okay. As Ms. Long said, each team did a great job. I really was blown away. But this is a competition, and that means only one winner. So the project that is going to be invested in this year, the winner of the Barracuda Bowl Prize is Langley Park.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you Glenn Main's team?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I just realized. Just off the record, this is the 3rd year that a team that Mr. Mays helped won. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna look into the judging. I don't know about this one. So you guys have all your accessories as well. So before you leave, get your accessories. Get nice.
I'm gonna slide you guys down. I'll hold them all a little bit for me. Come forward a little bit for me. Come forward a little bit for me, right yourself. Nice and tight, nice and tight. There we go, guys. All 3 here. 1, 2, and...
All right, I'm not going to be long, but what I do want to say is that, once again, every team did a great job. You know, we really did push a lot over the 6 weeks, and you know, you can see what the outcome was. If it was another 6 weeks, the projects would have been that much further along. So with that being said, I do want to thank the judges once again. Each one of the judges brings something invaluable to the team. Mr. Majette with his experience in government, not just in Prince George's County, but beyond. Mr. Rick Williams with his 3-page resume, which is very well earned. Mr. Carlo Manabat, who actually came from Microsoft previously. He joined a smaller company to tighten up on his skills and push his career even further. Melvin Greer, who I actually met at a CIO conference in Denver. If you saw his resume, it's equally impressive. Off the charts. It's off the charts. So, I mean, I encourage you to go take a look at his credentials. And Miss Dr. Lethea Jackson, who has been an invaluable partner, not just to Prince George's County, but to the community college, to University of Maryland, and the entire state. So, and to Bowie State, I'm sorry, definitely to Bowie State. So with that being said, so many people actually contributed to the success of this summer. So I thank each and every one of you. It's always dangerous when you start thanking people because you always leave someone out. So I'm not going to take the rest of the day thanking people, but we will thank you individually. With that being said, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Wait, don't leave yet though, please. We did not leave out little Joshua Duster in the back looking at me like, oh, Miss Sandra. So, Joshua, I don't think any of the teams could have been as successful had you not been able to help them. You were truly an asset to all 6 teams. You came in, changed our whole strategy. So you also will be walking away with the Circus program. All right, so thank you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Now, we didn't leave Miss Sandra Holmes out. And with this being my last year in the program, I would like to present her with her award. I'm trying not to cry.
Don't you start it.
This award says, presented to Sandra E. Longs for providing thoughtful guidance and experience and inspiring excellence. Thank you for leading with honor, commitment, and integrity. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay guys, again, thank you so very much. I'm sure the kids loved you being here. All of you guys, all teams, you guys did an amazing job. So I look forward to seeing you guys again next year. All right, enjoy your day.
Congratulations.